Married to Medicine, episode 6. Let's see if it's gonna disappoint me today. So, of course, we have a little montage of what, all the cast is doing, and then we get to Dr. Heavenly driving her car. After hearing her embarrass her daughter on national TV on the phone, she gets a call from the office of Reverend Al Sharpton. Now, do we believe that she just so happened to have a phone call with the Reverend Al Sharpton on camera just randomly? Of course not. But okay, let's just humor this anyway. So he said he's been seeing all the good work that her and her husband has been doing, offering COVID testing to communities in need. And then he's doing the march that happened this past August for the anniversary of Martin Luther King's March to Washington. So he wants her, as well as her husband, to be doing COVID testing out there. She thinks it's an honor, and she says she's happy to be considered for it. So next scene, we are at Dr. Contessa's house. So by the looks of it, Dr. Contessa is having her kitchen renovated, and she's frustrated by how long it's taking. On top of that, she has her kids 24/7 now, and we see her kids throughout the season, and they are bad as hell. So she's stressed about that, and also she's not getting along with her husband, so she's at her wit's end. So her niece and her niece's girlfriend is staying with her. She sees her niece outside and like, oh, I need to talk to you. She is using this girl as a therapist. I'm not sure if she has therapist credentials, but she's definitely using this girl as someone to talk to. Now they go sit outside on her deck, and the first thing I see, Sutter home, Dr. Contessa? Sutter home? I mean, no shade to it. I guess this isn't Real Housewives of Atlanta, so we shouldn't expect any luxury, but I just thought she would have a little bit of taste in wine, that's all. But maybe she likes $10 red wine, sometimes. And I think the cameramen know what they're doing, because normally they blur out labels. I'm not sure why you can see Sutter home very clearly on the bottle. Did she really just fill this wine up to the brim of the glass? Wow, Contessa making jokes about her husband having a side chick? And it looks like there's a little truth in the humor. Wow, I didn't know their relationship was this bad. So now the conversation gets to Contessa's friend group, and we see, from producers, like all the fights we've seen so far this season. I like Contessa, but just something about her this season is just sucking all the energy out the room. Like, she's just not happy. And it really radiates through the TV. So now Contessa gets the idea that she wants her niece to share her crystal energy hocus pocus with the rest of her friend group. So next scene, we're with Dr. Simone at her house, and now she's in her husband's man cave where he has his bar, and I'm loving this bar. This is something that I want when, I get an actual house. I really love his bar selection. And now they're just on the topic of being two empty nesters now that their sons are out the house. Well, one of them has a full-time job, and one of them goes to college. I'm really glad also that her son went to college, because that storyline, it was getting thin. It lasted for 5 episodes. Hopefully we could get to something else. So she's letting her husband know her relationship right now with Jackie, and they might be hanging out soon. I'm not really sure why Simone is giving Jackie such a hard time. Jackie is definitely trying to meet her halfway, but for some reason Simone thinks that she's being disingenuous for some reason. A person that she's known for 20 years. So now we're with Dr. Jackie and her husband is filling her in about the kids versus adults basketball game that she missed out on. Okay, so now we're going back and forth on Jackie and Simone's perspective on their friendship right now. And Oz is bored. During this scene right now, it looks like each of their husbands are the voice of reason right now. But again, this is the best fiends tea. I'm starting to wonder, does Simone even give a fuck about this relationship? Because she sure is getting a cackle out of how she's responding to everything. I'm a pessimist. Like, really? I mean, your best friend of 20 years, you not getting along with her, y'all not in the same space, someone that delivered your kid, like, you laughing at this? Okay. So next we see Heavenly, and she's letting everyone know about her phone call with the Reverend Al Sharpton, and she wants everyone to join her, and it looks like everyone pretty much is on board for this. I'm not sure if she asked Toya or Toya's friends, so I'm guessing they're not going, but the doctor ladies, they're all going. So next scene, we're with all the men on the show, including Dr. Damon's two sons, as well as Cecil's son. They're all doing golfing, and I'm wondering, okay, where are the ladies? Where are the main cast? I'm not watching this for the husband. I will say it is weird that all the ladies have husbands on this franchise, and on the Housewives shows, it's like majority of the women are single. But still, I'm watching Married to Medicine for the ladies. They just playing golf. Fast forward. This scene is too hyper-masculine for me. Damon is telling everyone about the trip to DC, so I'm guessing he's inviting everybody, and they're talking about lodging and accommodation. Ooh, child, blah, 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 blah. Next scene. So next we're with Contessa, and she's at the venue that she's holding her healing party at. No word if she's inviting Toya, though. It looks like she invited all the other ladies, though. We're with Heavenly now, and she's heading to Contessa's event, and she's bringing her friend, Funky Dineva. And you know what? I think their friendship is just pretty ironic, because I definitely know that someone like Heavenly has said on multiple occasions that she does not respect the profession that Funky Dineva is in. So I just think it's interesting that she's befriending him, even though she doesn't take what he does seriously as real work. And I will always bring that up because her undermining bloggers, YouTubers, content creators, that's like someone telling her, well, a dentist ain't a real doctor, isn't it? But good for them and their friendship. I'm sure it's not one of convenience. So Heavenly is discussing with Funky that she got into it with her friend Quad because of a comment she left on her Instagram. And I remember this being on the Shade Room or Jasmine Brand or whatever, but Quad posted this picture, you know, a sexy picture with her in like beachwear, and Heavenly put like these type of emojis, and Quad said, "Damn sis, don't be a hater all your life. Sorry you spent all your coins at the doctor and still didn't get the body God gave me." And the producers have this highlighted. Now run and tell that. Hashtag lipo, hashtag lap band, hashtag bariatric surgery. Now according to Heavenly, she said there was no malice under her comment. So Heavenly says she isn't upset, but she does feel sorry for her that she doesn't have a husband or kids. And you know, this is the go-to read for someone like Heavenly, who is neck deep in patriarchy. But we know Heavenly, she always goes for the low-hanging fruit. So all the ladies are arriving to Contessa's event, and we see Dr. Jackie arrive, and then we see Simone arrive, and of course it's awkward for them, I'm not sure why, but instead of Simone just going over and saying, "Hey girl," like an adult, she just goes the other way and makes sure she's not sitting at that table that Jackie's at. Child, so apparently Toya was invited, and not only is she late, she's bringing two unannounced guests who just so happen to be Lisa Nicole and Cara from season 1. Woo, this event looks so boring. This looks like one of those timeshare seminars, and I don't know. But we go back to Toya, and it looked like they're having a fun kiki in her car. Wow, and Toya, Lisa, and Cara come in, and they are loud. And their energy is not matching the zen that's already taking place at this event. But wait a minute, Heavenly, you brought a guest of your own too, and someone that's not even on the show. So I'm not sure why you have a problem with Toya bringing two cast members that was on the show before you. I can already tell by the music production is playing while this young girl is talking about crystals that everyone is not feeling this. Wow, Contessa didn't even get no food for the event? Damn. I bet all she's serving is Sutter Home wine right now. So now everyone is being put on the spot of like what they want to be forgiven for or putting out good energy. Yeah, it's pretty pointed because each situation the lady's talking about is very specific. We know who it's going towards. So clearly what Anila's talking about when she says Black Lives Matter is her issue with Heavenly. And Heavenly says, you know, I forgive you, and I don't think you're racist. I don't think you're a bad person, but you could say hurtful things. Hurtful things coming from someone who says hurtful things all the time. But at least she acknowledges it. And then she says, I forgive you. But I didn't hear an apology on her end to Anila. I keep calling this girl Anila. It's Anila. I'm sorry, y'all. Now, this is no shade at all to Anila, but looking at her grill, I'm not sure if y'all noticed, but it looked like she can use a visit to Dr. Heavenly. That's all I'm saying on that. So it seems like the only people that are acknowledging their beef is Anila and Heavenly. So Contessa says her grievance, but she doesn't really point out Toya. And then we have Jackie, who apologizes but doesn't really say who she's apologizing to. But wow, look at Heavenly. I'm shocked. So she definitely directs her apology to Toya. Oh, production has a sense of humor. They put in a breaking news reel before Toya says Heavenly is sorry. Oh, so now we're going back through all the apologies that Heavenly has said since she's been on the show. So yeah, she normally apologizes, actually. And it's starting to look like her apologies don't mean jack shit. So the event is over, and I think everyone is happy about that, including me. So then Anila and Heavenly have a one-on-one, and they're clearing the air. And it seems like all the ladies are in a good place to go to Washington, D.C. together. However, I still cannot believe we are 6 episodes in, and Jackie and Simone have still not talked to each other yet. Child, so Contessa tries to get Jackie to go talk to Simone right now, but Jackie's like, oh, in due time, in due time. They are really trying to extend this little beef between them for drama, aren't they? Oh, looks like I spoke too soon. We got 7 minutes left of this episode, and Simone is going to be meeting up with Jackie for a chat. Production, please fix this music. You got someone singing, waving my white flag. My white flag, I'm waving my white flag. I'm guessing for this situation. Oh my God. Is this over yet? So Simone arrives at Jackie's office. They're finally face to face. They are acting like old lovers. Maybe they are, I don't know. But this is weird. This is so weird. Why are they acting like this toward each other? Like, do they realize that it was 2 people that broke up their friendship? It was Heavenly and Buffy that came between them? Do they realize that? And that's all it was? Why are they acting like someone committed murder or somebody slept with somebody's husband? Lord, so here come the emotion and the tears from Simone. And then Jackie's like, do you want to fix it? Do you wanna? I'm annoyed. We got 5 minutes left. Wrap this up, sis. I still think this is all fake. I really do. Like, they are still friends. This is acting. So then we rewind as to why they're each mad at each other. And like I said before, it was because of Heavenly, who she's cool with now. And then with Jackie, it was because of Buffy, who was infertile. They could have been had this conversation. Clearly. I mean, they both acknowledge that the silence is what pushed them apart from each other. They both acknowledge that they miss each other. They could have been had this solved. Wait a minute. I didn't know that they went through Dr. Jackie's breast cancer twice together. Dr. Jackie delivered Simone's kid. They've been through it with each other's broken marriages, like the cheating and then the not getting along on Simone's end. And they're gonna let 2 bitches on the show get between them? 20 years and all that? Yeah, like I'm thinking, because I just been thinking, why is it taking this long for them to make up? Are y'all frustrated as I am? I'm frustrated by this. I should be saying aw, but I'm like, ugh, 2 minutes left. Wrap it up, ladies, wrap it up. Lord, so finally they made up, they did their pinky promise, they're smiling, look like they about to kiss, but yeah, they are finally back together as friends. And that is where the episode ends. Jesus, finally. Well, this was a better episode than last week. It was a little enjoyable, a little bit. Next week, it looked like it's going to be the DC trip, and you know, my optimism is still here for it to be a good episode. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see y'all for the next video. Bye.